What's going on, guys? Back at you guys with another presentation. I want to talk to you guys real quick about, the guy who did that. The guy who ended up doing that. They arrested him. He did that killing of that healthcare guy. You guys know who I'm talking about. The dude who did the healthcare killing, Luigi Mangione. I think that's his name. That's an Italian name. Luigi Mangione. Yeah. But I want to talk to you guys real quick about Luigi Mangione. Luigi Mangione, now he was a dude that women was crazy over. I believe that, I don't know much about this guy. I believe he's from Italy. But Luigi Mangione, he's one of them dudes that women would just be naturally attracted to. I know he is Italian, but he did that, he did that heinous act. He did that healthcare killing. But look at how all the women were still in awe over Luigi Mangione. I was just thinking to myself, I know women found Luigi Mangione to be an attractive guy. I know they did. Luigi Mangione, he's one of them dudes that, he wouldn't have to put much effort into women. Like, you could just tell certain guys who were just sought after and wanted. He's one of them dudes that wouldn't have to try too hard when it come to women. He's one of them type of dudes that women would just be naturally receptive to, And one thing Baraka McCray used to always tell me years ago when it come to women, he used to always tell me that looks matter to women. See, I thought it was all about being a gangster. That's what I used to think because I listened to too much rap music growing up. I thought it was about being a gangster. Nick knew what he was talking about when he told me that, getting females is all about looks, and it is. A dude like Luigi Mangione, I'm pretty sure he's the type of dude, he probably wouldn't even have to say nothing to women. He's probably one of them. I'm sure that he's one of those type of guys that, he could go anywhere. He could walk up in a store, just walk up in a store, and he'll have women just gawking over him, just have women just in awe. Look at that full moon. Luigi Mangione crossed me as one of them type of cats. The type of dude, that could just walk up in a store and just have women flocking no matter where he went. And it wouldn't matter what he was wearing. Wouldn't matter if he didn't shower that day. Wouldn't matter if he didn't spray on no Baccarat Rouge 540 that day. It wouldn't matter what he was wearing. He crossed me as one of those type of guys. And I truly believe that he's a dude that did not struggle with women. You can tell certain dudes that have always had it relatively easy when it come to women. A lot of times you could just tell with a lot of these guys. You could tell the dudes who never really had no struggles like that. And Luigi, he crosses me as one of them type of cats that would have never had no issues when it come to women. He's one of them type of dudes. A lot of people don't want to admit that appearance matters to women. It matters. It ain't about what you think of yourself as a man. It's how the women perceive you. And you notice that a lot of these dudes, this is how you know that personality is a lie as well. We crossing this street real quick. You notice a lot of these dudes that clean up with women. You notice a lot of these guys. If it's one thing you notice about a lot of these guys, you notice that a lot of these guys, they don't have the best personality a lot of times. I mean, look at what Luigi Mangione did. Look at the heinous acts that he committed. Look at what he did to that healthcare CEO. Just look at what the man did. I mean, that ought to tell you something right there. Luigi Mangione, he was a desirable guy. He was a dude that would have never had issues when it comes to women at all. And You know, people like to say looks don't matter. That's the only thing that matters. See, one thing I don't like about women, they'll never be honest about what really attracts them. And they know they judging dudes based on appearance. It's all about looks, you know? And see, one thing about Baraka McCray, he knew that women cared about looks. He knew that's what it was all about when it comes to these females. He knew that. You know, Luigi Mangione, you know, you could just tell guys that would never have to try. Like, one thing I had to understand, like when it comes to this connection thing, there are certain guys who never had to try. There are certain guys who never had to put forth much effort at all, you know? And that's how you know that attraction is something that just happens naturally. You know, attraction is not something that you can force. It's not something that you can create. See, what a lot of guys need to get through their dome is that attraction is not something that can be created. It's either you have what these chicks want or you don't. You can't create attraction. You know, if the connection is not there, then it's just over. You know, if that chemistry is not there, then it's just over for you. You can't create attraction. It's either women find you attractive or they don't. You can't create this stuff. A lot of the dudes that you see getting these chicks, these are dudes who've been pulling from day one, like I always say. And just look at the heinous acts that this dude did. They finally caught this guy. He's going to prison for a very long time. And this guy's only 26 years old. You know, I mean, he killed that CEO. He killed that healthcare CEO. You know, so he's going away for a very long time. He's not gonna see the light of day for a very long time. And this guy is just living proof that you know, it don't matter about your character. You know, just how I mentioned Richard Ramirez earlier. You know, I mentioned him in my last presentation. I told you guys that the women, they were willing to pay for his reproductive fluids so they could have his kids. They were willing to pay for his reproductive fluids so they could birth his children. Just think about how valuable of a man you gotta be if you got women that are willing to pay for your reproductive fluids so they can have your kids. So that's why I'm saying, like, this is how you know that it's either you got it or you don't. You know? That's why a lot of guys need to understand this. You cannot create attraction. You cannot make yourself attractive. You cannot. You know? This stuff just happens naturally. You know, this stuff is just something that's natural. You know? If you got what it takes, you know, this is some stuff that just happens naturally. And that's what a lot of guys need to understand, that this type of stuff right here, this is stuff that is just supposed to happen naturally. This is not some stuff that you should have to work on. This is not some stuff that, you know, you should have to tweak. This is just some stuff that should just happen naturally. You know, that's what a lot of guys need to understand. I mean, this dude going to prison for a very long time, killed the healthcare CEO. You know, and he's messed up his life, you know. But this is a dude right here that you could tell he would pull with ease. You could just tell the dudes that would pull with ease, that would never have an issue, you know. And you know, a lot of times, you know, like I stated, a lot of times these dudes that are desired by women, They're some of the most evil type of men. They're some of the most evil type of men ever. You know, a lot of these dudes are some wicked type of guys, straight wicked. Isn't it funny that a lot of the guys that these women find desirable, a lot of the guys that these women are attracted to, isn't it funny that a lot of these dudes are wicked and evil? But they tell you to work on your personality and work on your attitude, right? But isn't it funny that, you know, a lot of these guys, just like this dude who killed that healthcare CEO, isn't it funny that a lot of these type of dudes are some of the most wicked type of guys? You know? You know? These are some of the most wicked type of guys. That ought to tell you something. You know? That ought to tell you something. I got to read more in depth about this story with this young man who killed that healthcare CEO. I got to read more in depth about this story. I've been seeing it all over, you know. I've been seeing it all over, you know, all over the internet. So, you know, I'm going to have to read more into this story so I can, you know, get a better understanding of it for myself. But you guys let me know what you think about this man who killed that healthcare CEO. I would hate to be in his shoes, never seeing the light of day again, never being able to eat some tortellini again, you know, never being able to eat some chicken francese again. But you guys let me know what you think about this story. Talk to you guys soon. You guys have a good night.